Thank you. You're very kind. Give me 2 seconds to set up, because, yes, this is a timer. You can take the scientist out of the lab, but not the lab out of the scientist. Yes. In my other times, I wear a lab coat, but that's not what we're going to talk about today. So, today is going to be kind of a mishmash of unrelated routines. It's not going to be one topic. I apologize in advance. So, first off, I am a dog owner, a very happy and proud dog owner. And you know, dogs are wonderful. Who doesn't like dogs? But dogs are also deeply strange creatures. I mean, our dog, he is a Jack Russell Chihuahua cross. And like any good Chihuahua derivative, he thinks he's gigantic. He has big dog energy. He is convinced he is the biggest, baddest mother crusher in the neighborhood. And he hates dogs. So anytime I'm out walking with this little ball of genius, he'll basically see some gigantic muscular predator walking along, and immediately he goes full Joe Pesci on them, and he's like, come over here, I'm going to dismantle you, come over here and say that. And of course the big dog is like, what is that small silly noise happening? And you know, my little dog, he still thinks, no, come on over here, I will take you down. And though, thankfully, one time his bluff got called. My neighbor had this wonderful, glorious husky, a magnificent creature, yes, big. And this, my dog, whose name is Panda, did his whole Joe Pesci routine. And this husky basically came on over to him and just went, and got real close to him, and he went immediately from full fury to, oh my goodness, the pain, oh, I'm critically injured, master, lift me up, oh, I can see the light, oh, help me, sort of thing. And so yes, I have to pick this little dumbass up from the ground and carry him home as he's crying because his ego is severely injured. Because yeah, this sets the tone for his kind of genius that he's perpetrating. I mean, he is, well, I mean, that's the thing, I love dogs, and we haven't exactly taught him many tricks. He can catch food if you throw it in the air at him. That's very cool. He can also dance on his back legs. But I thought to myself, you can teach dogs to associate stuff, like dear old Pavlov, who would make dogs salivate when he rang a bell. Smart man. And, that's the take-home message from this whole segment, is basically dogs learn to associate stuff with stuff. So, I thought every time I'm stroking him and showing him affection, I would say a nonsense word, so he would associate that with affection. So, I would stroke him and rub his tummy and say, wazha, 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 which, yes, is a word I entirely made up. And so, it meant that any time he was like walking through the kitchen, I suddenly go, wazha, 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 and his tail will start wagging. He won't know why that tail is wagging, but this is the learning process that goes on. But similarly, learning is my enemy when it comes to this little genius. That one time there was bad weather, and so he decided he didn't want to go on a walk. So what did he do? He hid under the bed and decided he didn't want to come out anymore. And so, being the tactical genius that I am, first I tried to shoo him on out with a broom. He did not like that. He hated the broom even more than he hated other dogs. So I thought, I will beat you at your own game. And so I went and got his lovely food and made, sort of crunchy noises outside the bed, and then dropped it into his bowl and went ding, and sure enough, he stampedes on down and gets the food. I think I win. No, I didn't realize I had lost. Because then, sure enough, he realized when it got to evening time, when it was right around the time you'd take him out for his business, where would he go? Evasive pattern delta, runs right under the bed and hides. I mean, literally, I could be stroking him, and it's like 10:58, 10:59, 11 o'clock, away he goes under the bed until I dance past with food, drop it in the bowl, ding, then he comes out, only then. In fact, he even tries to take it up a level that he wouldn't come out when I dropped it in the bowl, so I had to go outside the door, close it, and then he would come when he thought my guard was down. But then the arms race continued, this intellectual race of titans, myself versus Panda. And sure enough, I realized he can't tell which side of the door I'm on. And so I would go to the door, I would open the door, let the wind blow for a second, I would say bye, close the door with myself inside the house. That got him at least a few times until of course he realized, hey, master's still in the house, would run back up under the bed again. And so I would genuinely have to go outside my own house to make my dog come down to start eating, because once he's eating he won't stop. And so yes, then his guard is down. And so sure enough, I would get him, I'd put the harness on him, it's like, I win. And still the arms race never ends, because then, always, he's learning to be more devious. Which, yes, considering how silly he is, that's hard. And so, when we're out on a walk, dogs are always wanting to eat stuff that doesn't belong to them. In fact, sometimes nothing satisfies them more than a nice piece of delicious poo. But anyway, of course, I will try and stop him if he makes a move for this. And you'd think, haha, Andrew wins this round. Au contraire, baby. He's realized that when he poops, I let my guard down. I have to reach for the bag, I have to crouch on down and take care of his business. And he realizes during that time, I'm not watching him. So he's actually started tactical pooping. He would purposely see something totally delicious that he wants, but he plays it cool. If he could whistle, he would. He's like, do, 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 do. Oh, I think I shall poop here, actually. Poops. And then, of course, my guard goes down. It's like, the shields are going down, Captain, go for it. So I reach down for his poop, and he's like, wee, poo time, and munches the thing he's not meant to munch. I haven't come up with a way of defeating that one, but it is this never-ending arms race. I have to like scope to see if there's anything delicious he might want to chow down on while I'm just trying to make the neighborhood a little bit more clean. And also, since moving to Denmark, I got very tired of answering the question, is it a boy or a girl dog? And so I actually rebranded him. So he is now Mr. Panda. So it has dramatically reduced the incidence of, is it a boy or a girl? It's like, it is Mr. Panda. Ask me that question again. And yes, 95% of cases people go, oh, so how old is it? Problem is, being a Jack Russell Chihuahua cross, he looks like a little cute puppy wuppy, but he isn't. He's 6 years old. So people ask, how old is he? And I go, 6. And they go, oh, 6 months. It's like, no, 6 years. But I can't exactly call him Mr. Panda 6 years old or old Mr. Panda, because how weird a name would that be to have had all your life? It's like he's just been born. Oh, old Mr. Panda. What a perfect name for a puppy. Yeah, or maybe get him a t-shirt saying I'm actually old. Yeah, that's in the pipeline. But anyways, enough about my dog for the time being. So, totally, utterly random other topic. When I was a teenager, my mother, bless her, she was always trying to feed us more food. I mean, this is a common trait amongst mothers from all cultures. You know, they always think, oh, you're not eating enough. Oh, you need feeding up, as it were. And so my mother, bless her, she would leave food out for us, because I was one of 5, and she one time left out this, what looked like a wonderful chocolate cheesecake. And I adore cheesecake. Cheesecake is my favorite thing. Well, not one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. And so suddenly, you know, chocolate cheesecake just magically appeared on the dining room table. And it was clear, because there was like a knife left to it, next to it, that we thought, oh wow, what are the chances of this? So we all helped ourselves to slice of this fantabulous chocolate cheesecake, and it went away, and we thought that was a great thing, as it were. We assumed it was an isolated incident. We thought, yay, you know, sort of, that was a random spur-of-the-moment treat, as it were. But it turned out, because it disappeared so quickly, my mother thought, aha, they like this chocolate cheesecake. So another one appeared, which, you know, we were still pretty excited. You were, hey, that chocolate cheesecake is pretty good. Look, it's the sequel. And so sure enough, we thought, well, this is a borderline a challenge. So, you know, let's eat this chocolate cheesecake too. So within a day or so, that one also, where did it go? And then that's the thing. Like some kind of Greek myth about regenerating monster heads, the chocolate cheesecake grew back. And we kept on defeating these vile beasts of chocolate cheesecakey goodness to the point that we could almost not stand chocolate cheesecake. But we were just trying to eliminate this vile intrusion into our dining room. But I mean, and that's the thing, we never found where she was keeping these, like she had a super secret stash somewhere where they were. But anyway, to this day, I don't like chocolate cheesecake anymore. I mean, they became standard issue cheesecakes. But that was my mother. I mean, and I remember many years in the past, she also would try and prepare packed lunches for me because she discovered the wonder of submarine rolls. But even though that's a pretty nice sandwich, my mother thought there wasn't enough filling. And so she would fill it with so much tuna mayonnaise. There was like a solid inch of tuna mayo with the, you know, breads separated by that. And that looked really pretty. But the very second you touched it, then of course, everywhere it went. And so I complained to my mother. I said, Mum, you're filling these things too much. And you'd think she would use less filling. Simple, right? Au contraire. Instead, she said, oh, you're having difficulty spilling. Don't worry, I have a solution. So instead, she wrapped cling film around it in like some kind of, I don't know what, like an incredible belt, basically. And so it turned it into a Play-Doh machine. So the first bite, basically, tuna mayonnaise fountained out at the end, like some kind of ejaculation of tuna. And I cannot believe I said those words out loud. Anyway, I believe that's my time, and you guys have been wonderful.
Another big round of applause for Andrew. Okay, are you guys ready for your last comedian of the night?